Growing aloe vera plant in winter days requires to understand a few very important points. As winter is the off-season of the aloe vera plant, that's why we have to be very careful. Otherwise your aloe vera plant will also looks like this. So let's know about the aloe vera plant winter care in details. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. As aloe vera is a succulent and have its own moisture in its leaves, therefore it requires a very little amount of moisture to survive. But what we do is that, we keeps on adding water, aspecting more and more growth of aloe vera plant. But here you have to avoid watering. In winter days, the soil hardly dries and if you do regular watering, it can be fatal. The biggest reason of a dying aloe vera plant in winters is due to a wrong watering style. The best way to water aloe vera plant is to wait for the soil to dry out and then water. Some type of soil mixes dries much quickly and some takes time to dry, but you always have to wait for the soil to dry out and then water. Here another important thing is to use a well-draining soil mix. Imagine if your aloe vera soil mix is not drying time to time, then it could be a harmful thing. What you can do is to use a good soil mix that drains quickly. The best succulents soil mix is added in the description box. Using a good mixture can solve your whole watering problem. Overwatering and water blockage can cause such type of wilting and yellowing leaves of aloe vera plants. That's why you should be very careful with your watering, especially in winters. Another important point in aloe vera plant winter care is about fertilization. Aloe vera plant is a fast-growing plant and requires very less nutrition. And if you keeps on adding different fertilizers in its soil mix, the plant can go under a stressed condition. For the healthier growth of aloe vera plants, fertilizer plays a big role and you must fertilize it, but not in winters. Winter season is its dormancy time and fertilizer aren't going to help. I agree that deficiency of nutrients can cause such type of black spots on the leaves and other problems, but in winters the requirement of nutrients are very less, that's why you should fertilize very less. Only a tablespoon of cow dung compost every month is enough to keep it growing. An ideal location is also an important thing for aloe vera winter care. As aloe vera plant is a desert area plant and loves a full day of sun. But in winters the temperature falls very much, and if you still keep it without any shade, it will definitely dies. The sun hardly comes up in the winter days, but if it does then you can provide some sun to your aloe vera plant. In the extremely cold areas, it's best to move your aloe vera plant in a well-lit, shaded area. Deficiency of sun can also cause problems, but if your plant is getting some bright light, then it's still okay. Your aloe vera plant will be recovered automatically as the temperature starts to rise again. Another important thing to consider in aloe vera plant winter care is about its repotting and propagation. Ideally you should not disturb your aloe vera plant in the winters, but if the temperature is above 15 degrees, you can repot it. But it will be better if you do it in the starting summers. You can also divide your aloe vera plants in the early winters, but if the temperature is going extreme, then try to avoid this. Wait a little and as the springs comes up, feel free to propagate aloe vera plant. Aloe vera plant is a mid-season plant that likes a normal range of temperature to grow, but in winters the extreme temperature causes many problems in its growth. Like you will notice a very slow and stunted growth, that is an effect of temperature. Rotting of leaves, that is an effect of over-watering and water blockage, that's why you should use a well-draining soil mix. Browning of aloe vera leaves is also an effect of temperature and underwatering, so try to water normally. Yellowing of aloe vera leaves is also a winter problems, that's biggest reason is drop of temperature and blockage of moisture in the soil. Hope you can relate to these problems, and avoid them accordingly. For any question leave a comment below. And here are the most important tips to grow beautiful gazania flowers at home.